Chào các bạn, hôm nay Tổng thống Joe Biden đã có họp báo với nhà tài trợ trắng để thông tin về cập nhật về chiến giữa Nga và Ukraine, và Mỹ sẽ tiếp tục tài trợ thêm 800 triệu Mỹ Kim cho Ukraine. Tổng thống Ukraine ông Zelensky đã gửi lời cảm ơn đến người dân và các nước Hoa Kỳ đã giúp đỡ và ngăn cản sự hung bạo của Putin. Tôi muốn cập nhật một số thông tin đối với người dân Hoa Kỳ về những gì chúng ta đã giúp đỡ cho người dân Ukraine với cuộc chiến hung bạo và tàn ác của ông Putin. Lực lượng của Nga đã rời khỏi Kiev.
I've spoken to several of them. It's we owe them. But uncovering these evidences of their atrocities and war crimes against Ukrainian people is so clear to the whole world. Now they've launched and refocused their campaign to seize new territory in eastern Ukraine. And we're in a critical window now of time where they're going to set the stage for the next phase of this war. And the United States and our allies and partners are moving as fast as possible to continue to provide Ukraine the forces that they need, the weapons they need, the equipment they need, their forces need to defend their nation. Last week, I signed an $800 million package of security assistance to Ukraine that included new capabilities like artillery systems and armored personnel carriers, equipment that is responsive to Ukraine's needs and tailored to support the intensified fighting in the Donbass region, which is a different war than in other places because both topographically it's different. It's flat, it's not in the mountains, and it requires different kinds of weapons to be more effective. Today, I'm announcing another $800 million to further augment Ukraine's ability to fight in the east in the Donbass region. This package includes heavy artillery weapons, dozens of howitzers, and 144,000 rounds of ammunition to go with those howitzers. It also includes more tactical drones. In the past 2 months, we've moved weapons and equipment to Ukraine at record speed. We've sent thousands of anti-armor and anti-missile helicopters, drones, grenade launchers, machine guns, rifles, radar systems. More than 50 million rounds of ammunition have already been sent. The United States alone has provided 10 anti-armor systems. For every one Russian tank that's in Ukraine, 10 to 1 ratio. We're sharing and will continue to share significant timely intelligence with Ukraine to help defend them against Russian aggression. On top of this, these direct contributions from the United States, we're facilitating the significant flow of weapons and systems to Ukraine from other allies and partners around the world, like the S-300 long-range anti-aircraft system that Slovakia recently transferred to Ukraine. We are getting them in there. We won't always be able to advertise everything that our partners are doing to support Ukraine and fight for freedom, but to modernize Teddy Roosevelt's famous advice, sometimes we will speak softly and carry a large javelin, because we're sending a lot of those in as well. You know, but we're not sitting on the funding that Congress has provided for Ukraine. We're sending it directly to the front lines of freedom. The fearless and skilled Ukrainian fighters who are standing in the breach. And you gotta admit, you must be amazed at the courage of this country. The resolve that they're showing, not just their military, but the average citizen, men and women, young men, young women as well. It's, the sustained and coordinated support of the international community, led and facilitated by the United States, is a significant reason why Ukraine is able to stop Russia from taking over the country this far. Every American taxpayer, every member of our armed forces can be proud of the fact that our country's generosity and the skill and service of our military helped arm and repel Russia's aggression in Ukraine. To beat back Putin's savagery that tried to seize Ukraine's capital and wipe out Ukraine's government. The Battle of Kyiv was a historic victory for the Ukrainians. It was a victory for freedom,
trận chiến
won
ở
by the
Kiev là một
Ukrainian
trong những
people
thành
with
công của
unprecedented
Ukraine và
assistance
người
by the
dân
United
Ukraine
States and our allies and our
với
partners.
sự hỗ trợ của Hoa Kỳ và
Now
đồng
we have
minh.
to accelerate that assistance package to help prepare Ukraine for Russia's offensive that's
bây giờ
going to
chúng
be
ta
more limited in terms of
cần phải cung
geography,
cấp
but not in terms of brutality.
cho người dân và đất nước Ukraine.
Combined with our recent drawdowns, it will ensure a steady flow of weapons and equipment into Ukraine over the next few weeks. However, with this latest disbursement, I've almost exhausted the drawdown authority I have that Congress authorized for Ukraine in a bipartisan spending bill last month. In order to sustain Ukraine for the duration of this fight, next week I'm going to have to be sending to Congress a supplemental budget request to keep weapons and ammunition flowing without interruption to the brave Ukrainian fighters.
Tuần tới tôi sẽ yêu cầu cả Quốc hội, cả Thượng viện Hạ viện thông qua cái gói mà tôi muốn cung cấp vũ khí và những thiết bị đặc biệt quan trọng cho
Democrats and
người dân Ukraine
Republicans
bảo
for
vệ
their
đất nước của
support
họ.
for the people of Ukraine. Our unity at home, our unity with our allies and partners, and our unity with the Ukrainian people is sending an unmistakable message to Putin. He will never succeed in dominating and occupying all of Ukraine.
Thông điệp đối với Putin là ông ta không thể thành công xâm lược trong cuộc xâm lược của
We're also
đất nước
demonstrating our
Ukraine.
support for the people of Ukraine.
Và chúng ta
Today,
support
the
hỗ
United
trợ
States
cho
is
người
announcing that
dân
we've intended to
Ukraine.
provide an additional $500 million
Và
in
hôm nay
direct economic assistance to the
tôi sẽ
Ukrainian
ký
government.
thêm cái gói hỗ trợ kinh
This
tế
brings our total economic
500
support for Ukraine to $1 billion in the past 2
500 triệu Mỹ
months.
Kim cho
This is money the
dân
government
Ukraine.
can help use to
Gói
stabilize their
này sẽ
economy,
giúp đỡ
to
cho
support
nền kinh
communities
tế
that
và
have
chính
been
phủ
devastated by the Russian onslaught,
của Ukraine
and pay the brave workers that continue to
và
provide
trả
essential
công cho
services
những người
to the people of
công
Ukraine.
dân dũng cảm đã làm việc.
You know, these past weeks have seen a terrible human cost of Putin's ambition for conquest and control. Approximately two-thirds of all Ukrainian children have been displaced from their home.
Các bạn biết không, sự phong trào của Putin đã làm cho 2/3 người dân, phụ nữ và trẻ em của Ukraine phải rời bỏ đất nước của họ.
Approaching the second quarter of the 21st century.
Điều này lại tại sao lại có thể xảy ra vào đầu thế
Last
kỷ
month
21
when I
như
was
vậy?
in Europe, I
Năm trước,
announced the United
tôi
States would
đã
welcome 100,000
ở
Ukrainians
châu Âu
so that we
và
share the
đã đến
responsibility of supporting
biên giới ở
Ukrainians
Ukraine
fleeing Putin's war
và
machine.
chúng ta
We've already
chia
welcomed
sẻ
tens of thousands of Ukrainians to the United States, and today
tố tăng cho
I'm announcing a
Ukraine.
program Unite for
Và hôm
Ukraine,
nay tôi
a
cũng
new
chia sẻ chương
program to
trình
enable Ukrainians seeking refuge to come directly from Europe to the United States.
hậu ngộ tại
This new
Ukraine là
humanitarian
chương
parole
trình là
program
để
will complement the existing
cho
legal
các
pathways
con đường hợp
available
pháp
to Ukrainians,
đến
including
tị nạn của
immigrant
những
visas
cung cấp
and
những visa đi
refugee
tị nạn.
processing. It will provide an
Kỳ.
expedient channel for secure legal migration from Europe to the United States for Ukrainians who have a U.S. sponsor, such as a
Đối với
family
những người
or
Ukraine
an
mà
NGO.
có người
This
thân ở Mỹ
program
để hỗ
will be
trợ
fast.
thì
It
chương
will
trình
be
này sẽ
streamlined
nhanh hơn, sẽ
and will
nhanh rất là
ensure
nhanh
the
và
United States honors its commitment to go to the people of Ukraine and need not
chúng
go
ta
through our
cung
southern
cấp
border.
cho một
We're
visa cho
also continuing to ratchet up the pressure on Putin
người
and further isolate Russia on the world
100.000
stage.
visa cho người
Yesterday,
Ukraine.
the Treasury Department rolled out additional measures to crack down on the entities and individuals attempting to evade our unprecedented sanctions, not just ours, but throughout the West. Today, I'm announcing that the United States will ban
Và hôm nay tôi
Russian
cũng tuyên
affiliated
bố
ships from our
Hoa Kỳ
ports
sẽ chặn
as they did
tất cả
in
các
Europe.
tàu
That means no ship,
thuyền nào
no ship
có liên
sails
quan
under
tới
the
Nga
Russian flag
đến Hoa Kỳ,
or that is owned
bất
or
kỳ
operated by Russian
tàu
interests will be
hàng
allowed
nào
to dock in the United States port or
có
access
liên
our
quan đến Hoa
shores.
Kỳ, có nghĩa là
None.
không phải những tàu biển
This is yet
nào
another critical
đến
step we're
từ
taking
Nga mà tất
in
cả
concert
những
with
người
our
liên quan
partners in
làm
the
ăn với Nga
European Union, the United
đều
Kingdom,
bị
Canada,
cấm vào
and
Hoa
further
Kỳ.
to deny Russia
đến
the benefits of
Hoa
international
Kỳ.
economic system that they so enjoyed in the past. We don't know how long this war will last, but as we approach the 2-month mark, here's what we do know. Putin has failed to achieve his grand ambitions on the battlefield. After weeks of shelling Kyiv, Kyiv still stands. President Zelensky and his democratically elected government
thủ đô
still
Kiev
remain in power.
vẫn đứng vững.
And the Ukrainian armed forces,
Và
joined
lực
by many
lượng
brave Ukrainian
lực lượng
civilians,
vũ trang của
have
Ukraine
thwarted
với
Russia's
những
conquest
người
of their country.
tăng cường tham gia lực lượng
They've been
tăng
bolstered
cường chống
from
lại
day
và
one
bảo vệ
by
thủ đô
an
của họ.
unstinting supply of weapons, ammunition, armor, intelligence from the nations of the free world, led by us, the United States. As Russia continues to grind out the military advances and their military advances and the brutalities against Ukraine, Putin is banking on us
Các bạn
losing
nghe
interest.
phát biểu của Tổng thống
That's
Joe
been my
Biden
view. You heard me say
về
this from the beginning.
ba vấn đề
He was counting on NATO,
là việc cung
European
cấp thêm
Union,
500
our allies
triệu Mỹ
in
Kim cho
Asia,
nền kinh
cracking,
tế của
moving
Ukraine
away.
và con đường
He's betting
đi tị
on
nạn,
Western
cách
unity
đi tị
will
nạn
crack.
có chương trình
He's still betting on that.
Unity for
Once again,
Ukraine
we're going to prove
là
him wrong.
con đường tị
We
nạn,
will not
cách đi con đường tị
lessen
nạn
our
của
resolve.
người
We're
Ukraine
going to
đến Hoa
continue to
Kỳ như
stand
thế
with the brave and proud people of Ukraine.
và
We
sẽ
will never fail in our determination to defend
không cho
freedom
những
and
cái tàu
oppose tyranny.
Nga và liên quan
It's
đến
as
Nga
simple
cập
as that.
đến hải cảng
So again,
cảng
I
của Hoa
want
Kỳ.
to thank the American people.
Cảm ơn tất
Thank
cả
the
các
American people for their support
người
of the
dân Mỹ của
Ukrainian
chúng ta
people.